Hi everyone, it's Ian and I'm going to guide you through some tips for being a chat manager or a co-host at an ICD meeting or event. And this information is also in the ICD Zoom Chat Manager co-host instructions document. So first of all, I'm going to log into the ICD account by going here to Zoom US. And then I'm going to sign in using the ICD login over here, and that is info@desertinsight.org. And then and the password is also in the document, and it has all uppercase vowels, just to remember that. And then I will click sign in. And I don't need to do anything here, but I'll go over to the left and I'll look at meetings, click on that, and I'll notice, okay, test meeting, that's the one I want to join right now. So over on the right, it will either say join or start. If there are people already in the meeting, it says join. If there are no people in the meeting yet, it will say start. So I will click join. And I'll allow Zoom to run. And now I'm in the meeting. So I'm going to, first of all, change my name because I'm signed in using the account name. And so I'm going to go over here to Manage Participants. And you can see, okay, Will Young, co-host me. So I go over here and I click on More, and I can rename myself anything I want, and that will just last for the length of this meeting. So we can see that the teacher is here and that there is an attendee here. And so that's great. We've got everything we need. The teacher is designated as a host, which is good. That means that they signed on using the ICD account. If they did not, then you could slide over here and click more and make them a co-host. Whether you're a host or co-host, the first person who signs into the account is the host. The second person who signs into a meeting using our ICD login is a co-host. Co-host and host have the same powers, but you do want your teacher to be either a host or a co-host. So if for some reason they weren't able to sign in using the ICD account, you can designate them as a co-host. One of the main functions that you'll want to do is monitor chat. So down here in the bottom of the screen, you can click on the chat button. That will open up this window where you can see chat in this area and you can type chat in this area. So that will go out to everyone. If I wanted to send a message just to the teacher, I could click here and type something into the teacher. So part of what you want to do is monitor that chat window and see what's coming, see what people need, see if there are questions, or see if the teacher has a need. And you can also communicate with the teacher, and there are some times that we'll want to do that. So when the meeting begins, the teacher will mention Donna and some basic Zoom etiquette. So when the teacher mentions Donna, that would be a good time for you to find the Donna verbiage in one of the documents and just simply Control C or Command C if you're on a Mac to copy, and then coming down here, making sure I am addressing everyone, and then pasting Control V or Command V and enter. And then that information is there in chat. One of the things to know about chat is that people will, who join the meeting later, won't see the earlier chat. So it can be good to offer the Donna link again toward the end of the meeting. So you'll also want to notice this button here which says mute all. So that mutes everybody except the teacher and the co-host. And the reason to do that is if there's a lot of people moving around with their mics on, or having conversations or barking dogs or whatever, it can be helpful for everyone to have this mute all button selected from time to time. And you can do that anytime you'd like during the meeting. So if you notice, hey, there's a lot of weird sounds, go ahead and hit mute all. because it might be that somebody over here accidentally unmuted themselves, and you're not in danger of muting the teacher by doing that. You can unmute all, maybe at the very end. I noticed Beth did this at a recent meeting, which is really nice because after the teacher has rung the final bell or the dedication of merit has been said, unmuting all just gives people a chance to say, hey, thanks so much, bye, see you later. And that can be nice to hear different people's voices. Also, if somebody has raised their hand to speak, and I'll show you what a hand raise looks like. So now you can see attendee has raised their hand. So there's this little blue hand. You can also see it on the larger screen as well. So that means they have a question or a need, probably for the teacher. And so you could let the teacher know if they're not noticing that. You could just type a private message to the teacher, say, hey, attendee wants to speak. And then the teacher could recognize that person. They can unmute themselves very easily. Everybody can just go over here and click unmute if they want to. Or if they're having difficulty doing that, you could unmute them by clicking the unmute button. I won't do that right now because we get feedback because I have all these devices on the table. And then after they've spoken, they can lower their hand, or you could lower it for them. Let's see what else. So this is really pretty much all. One important thing is recording the meeting. So when the Dharma talk starts, you can go down here to this button that says record and simply press record. It'll give you a choice of record on this computer or record to the cloud. So click record to the cloud. And now we're recording, and you can see in the upper left, and everybody who's part of the meeting can also see that we are recording. And then after the Dharma talk, I think particularly if we move into questions and answers, it's a good idea to click stop recording. So there's pause, stop, recording. So the left is pause, the right is stop recording. So I'm going to stop recording for the meeting. And then it says after stopping, you'll receive an email notification when the cloud recording is ready. And that's fine. So I'll just go ahead and say stop recording. That's really it. So monitoring the chat window, muting all from time to time, watching for questions, being there as a support if somebody's having difficulty logging in or doing something, recording the meeting, and then letting the teacher end the meeting. And it can be nice to leave the window open for a few minutes so that people can exit, and when you're ready, just clicking leave the meeting down here on the lower right. And that's really it. And then if you can remember to sign out from the official ICD Zoom account when you're done, that would be great. All this information is also available in the ICD Zoom Chat Manager co-host instructions document. All right, well, thank you very much for your attention, and see you via Zoom soon.